And I think I might have a tree or something coming in at the top. Yeah, well, that's Slidell for me. Let me see. Maybe I can go further east and north. I got spoiled by the skies at the Grand Canyon. Oh heck, what the heck? Let's go something away from the north. Yeah, yeah, you don't want to go falling off the edge of the world. Let's go to something that's a little bit brighter.
Telescope slewing to target.
I'm looking almost due east now.
Telescope slew complete.
Let's see if this looks any better. Oh, God. Oh, I want to go to trigger mode. Man, I don't see anything. Oh, did I miss the dumbbell? No, it's there. It's barely there. I'm going to go back to the Grand Canyon. I'll go into a longer exposure, like maybe go, let me try 15 seconds. I gotta apply dark too, I think. Bugs. Oh, this guy's terrible. This guy has not been really good for about the last, ever since I got back, it's been terrible. It's been a lot of high haze. Let's see if I got a dark I can apply. Yeah. Where is my dark field correction? Okay, import one. Dark field correction to 20. 16. I want to use the right dark. DS16c. Yeah. Open. Enable. I'm applying a dark. Let's see what happens if it helps it out any. It helped clean up the image. Now let me go with a longer exposure. Stop, and let me go to 30. So I just started a 30-second exposure. Anybody else joined? Yeah. So I'm halfway to a 30-second. And I really didn't use the Batnov mask yet. Oh, golly. That's not a good mask. Or a dark. Okay. Let me see which. It was in April that I applied. You just, I just hang my mask on the dew shield. Wait, you have a dew shield you're using on your 10-inch Richie Creation? Okay. They also make a heated secondary. Oh, okay. True. Yeah. Forgot about that. I'm gonna go stick my head out the door to see what's going on outside tonight. I took this dark back in the middle of winter, so it's probably not going to match as far as temperature to tonight. Oh, okay. Understood. This is terrible. Yeah. I don't know why when they built this Explorer Dome, they have it's outside white, the inside is a black plastic, and they've kind of molded the two together, but the shutter guide is white. So occasionally you'll get light reflecting off of the shutter guides, uh, affecting the views. to the to do to-do list keeps growing. Dell, I do not want to install an update right now. Golly gee. What is a globule that's nearby here? 71.
Telescope slew into target.
So I went to the globule M71 nearby. Let's see if...
Telescope slew complete.
Okay. Did it go to M71? Oh, there it is. That's M71, the globular in Sagitta. Yeah, it is. Magnitude 7, 8.4 glob, 16,000 light years from here. So it is fairly far away. Let's see. I increase the... I mean, that's ridiculous to go to 30 seconds to get a globular. The skies are just terrible. Let me go take a quick look outside. I mean, it's the best I've been in a week, but still not great. Let me move this out of the way. While we're here, I'm gonna... I forgot to apply the dark. That... Ay, ay, ay. That did help, applying the dark. Tim, I know it well. I had the CPC 1100 and trying to lift that 65 pounds to put it on top of the tripod. I gave up a long time ago trying to lift that beast. Ended up taking it off of the CPC mount and putting it on a Vixen dovetail and using it on top of the ASI Q6 mount. Yeah. I can. What we're looking at is M71 in Sagitта. I'm going to cover the tube and take a fresh dart. You're going to be able to reach the top of the tube. Okay, the scope is capped. Okay, let me grab. I'm going to stop the loop. It's set for 30 seconds. I'm going to take 5 and capture. So I'm capturing some darks right now. Is that when Teresa is coming to visit you? So I've captured 1 dark. Oh, she came and went. Ah, okay. Yeah, I missed seeing them at the Grand Canyon this year. They were so much fun when I was there with them in 2014. So I've captured 2 darks. So hopefully this dark will match better the live views. Three down, 2 to go. After this, I may move up to M56 and then on to the Ring Nebula. Or maybe I'll go to the back to the dumbbell to see if the proper dark helps. Four down. And it's actually not bad in the observatory tonight. Thursday and Friday were killers out here. Okay, so coming up on the 5th dark. What happened? What happened? Son of a gun. Something affected. I had the old dark enabled, I think. I have to recapture darks. Have patience. Make believe it's a 3-minute countdown on an exterminator. Okay. Let me clean up some other stuff in here while it's doing the dark. Be patient. Yes and no. The field of view is about twice the field of view because the sensor is 22 millimeters versus 13.4. It's also a little bit more sensitive than the sensor in the DS2.3 Plus, but the DS2.3 Plus works a lot better on solar, lunar, and planetary than the DS16c. At the Grand Canyon, I use the 16C almost exclusively. I use the 2.3 Plus, I think 2 nights, and I use the 16C 6 nights. With the Hyperstar f2.1 on the 8-inch, it's like almost a 3-degree field, 2.98 according to astrometry.net. Okay, so I got 4 down. Okay, let's see. 5 down, export it to the 16C. Let's put today's date on it. 07. Now apply it. So that dark should now be applied, and then let me start looping, and let me uncover the stuff. Okay, so uncovered. Okay. It's a lot cleaner image with the right dark applied, so now I can probably lower the gamma. I'm going to go to 1.15 and see what happens on the next one. Where's my histogram? I can raise the black a hair. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me go back to the dumbbell, just out of curiosity.
Telescope slew into target. Telescope slew complete.
Yeah, those are the audibles in Sky Tools. So you got M's, you got a globula superimposed on the dumbbell. Interesting. It's better than it was before with the dark, but still not very. Raise the contrast. Let's see what it does. I think next exposure. Should I going the right way or the wrong way? Nope, that's too dark. Go down to about 5. Okay. I'm looking at one monitor versus the other monitor, and it's really hard to to set the broadcast because the one monitor it's bright, and when I'm looking at the broadcast, it's dark. Let's see what happens when I go to longer exposures. Now, max, okay. Okay, let's see what happens. See, what kind of exposure time were you saying you were using? Well, now the dark doesn't apply because I went to 45 seconds and the dark was done at 30. Yeah, okay, go back to 30. Mm-mm-mm. Well, it's dark on your end, and it's really not bad at all on mine. How you doing, Starry Jack? The sky is not the best. Uh, obviously. Let me try going to M15 and seeing what that does.
Telescope slew into target. Telescope slew complete.
Shouldn't need this long of an exposure, so let me stop. And let me go to start a 15-second loop. So you inherited our weather. That's M15. M15. Okay, so let's see what I can do to improve this thing. Well, I'm flipping, obviously, the black. Okay, so that's off. That should help. And something is not right because it's, boy, the focus changed. Something got it a whack. Let me move that bright star to the center and put the mask on. Okay. Let's stop the long exposure. Oh, is there a bright star nearby in 15? Let's see. Yeah.
Telescope slew into target.
I'm going to a bright star at the
Telescope slew complete.
Okay, let me move that to the center. I don't need 2 seconds. Let me go down to just 1 second. Is that a double star? I hope not. Why is it always the wrong way? I think that's a double star. Which, if so, it'll make it rough focusing. With the bat node mask. So then I'm going to do a sync.
Telescope synced.
So it's synced on ENIF. God, do I want to... This is going to be rough with a bat node mask. Okay, let's see. That's about as close as I'm going to get focus. Yeah, Connie, they make it very easy to focus. Mask off. I'm just going to hang it on the end of the tube. Now let's go back to M15.
Telescope slew into target. Telescope slew complete.
So I'm back at the target. So now let me go back to a long exposure. So I have to telescope. Now went to 15 seconds. Let's see what happens. I still have the dark applied. Yes, I do. And that looks better. Maybe part of my issue is the fact that I wasn't in focus. You dummy. Yeah. Yeah. Where is... All right, let's go.
Telescope slew into target. Telescope slew complete.
Off to the Ring Nebula. Okay. That's... Oh, yeah. Raise the black a hair. Aluminum do shield or what, Connie? You might not have... Normally the groove goes over a dovetail if it was sitting on an equatorial mount like a Vixen or a Losmandy dovetail. Then you would need the groove to go over the dovetail. But with the CPC, you don't have that issue. Unless you have a counterweight bar on the top of the bottom, then you'd also need a little notch. Oh, okay. Right. me see if I can go to longer exposure. This is what, 15 seconds. Let's go with okay, I went with a longer exposure. Normally the shields slide on. It's like almost like a friction fit, like they're lined with felt on the inside, so they don't scratch the finish. Yeah, the Astro Zaps, that there's like a plastic material with a felt on the inside that slides over the end of the scope.